Hello all and welcome. My name is Vanessa Santos and today I will be talking about an amazing artist by the name of Joe Everson. Today I've chosen to speak about Mr. Everson because his art is just so fascinating. One day I was just browsing along Facebook and I came across this video and I was intrigued. This guy was just singing and I had no idea what he was doing, but he was painting something. But at the end of this song, the national anthem, he flipped that painting upside down and an amazing painting came forward, and I was just amazed by it and I needed to know more. And the more I found out about him, the more I liked his art. He's much more than what most would call an upside down painter, or more than just singing the national anthem while painting upside down. He's just an amazing artist, and hopefully you guys enjoy him as much as I do. So I've been following Mr. Everson for quite some time on Facebook and Instagram, and I come to find out that most artists are very private about their life. It was especially when I did this research about him, I wanted to know more, of course. He just is very private, so there's very little he talks about his family, but his family is so amazing. He met his wife Bethany at an international university in Dunbar, Wisconsin. The two married in July 14, 2007. They have two beautiful, amazing, fun, loving kids. I think they're going to be just like their dad, very artistic as well. There's Lincoln, Beckham, Allie Everson. The baby is so cute. She's just so adorable. Mr. Everson, his family means everything, and later on in this presentation I'll explain more why. In a recent post that Mr. Everson did write about his wife, he said, "Because of you, I know the insane amount of joy a seemingly unsuccessful treasure hunter must feel finding the rarest diamond in his own backyard." I believe that says it all. I believe that his wife is like his biggest rock and biggest inspiration to his paintings, and his family is just a very well-rounded family. So Mr. Everson, what I've learned from him is that he loved art as a kid, growing up, and that's the way he would express himself, until one day his father decided to move him from one town to a completely different other place, and he lost his way in art. He felt art wasn't there for him anymore. Drawing wasn't in his nature anymore. With his small family, once he got his small family, he was working 60 hours a week. He had just really lost his way of art and lost his way of his passion, really. Struggling to make ends meet, he decided to make a difficult decision and move his small family to Greenville. But astonishing enough, that is where he would find his way back into art. A close friend of his, was in a dark depression, and she just needed something, some painting to make her feel better. She gave him a little bit of insight of what she wanted, which was a sailboat. And in the little details that she told Mr. Everson, he created this masterpiece for her, and it took him 3 months, and he found himself in those 3 months, envisioned what she wanted in that sailboat painting. And once he delivered the sailboat painting to his friend, she was happy and excited. What she had envisioned in her mind, he had created on a piece of paper. It was then he knew that he just needed to live by the brush. So hopefully I say it right. It's Iwa Jima painting. What inspired him to do this, or really, this is how his famous career started. This is the painting that he draws upside down while singing the national anthem. It really doesn't look much when he's singing, and he has a beautiful voice, by the way. But once he turns it around, this is what it is. It's just, it's very, very beautiful. The way he incorporates his painting and the way he slashes paint onto the canvas and turns it around and says the ending of the song. It inspires me to love art. And this was the beginning of his famous career. So as said in the previous slide, I mentioned about the Iwa Jima. This is him singing the national anthem at various places. He's known for singing the national anthem while painting. He has sang at the GE Charity Golf sponsorship, Bucks Take on the Cavaliers, and your Carolina Studios. He's known for doing this at many, many sport events. The beauty of his art goes beyond what we see. The reason behind it is what made him my favorite artist, really. And a little bit later in this slide, I'll let you know what exactly inspired him to be such a patriot and to love his nation and to paint about it and to sing about it. That'll come a little bit later in the slides. Although Mr. Everson is widely famous for singing the national anthem and painting upside down, he is a profound artist, vocalist, musician, and photographer. He is the owner of Joe's Studio. There's some of his art consists of watercolors, nautical, and contemporary. The cityscape you see here is one of his favorites. He says that he loves New York. He loves to go places and travel around the globe, and he takes photography of it, and he comes back home and he makes it into his own painting and canvas. So what he takes pictures of, he draws them out. He loves, one thing that I do know about him is that he loves colors. He has done some black and white, but most of his paintings, if you Google him, they're all color, very colorful paintings, because he just says that they work well with him, or he works well with them. Okay, so if you Google him, Joe Everson, it'll take you to a homepage, and you will see all of his paintings that are for sale, all of his paintings that he's done, from animal, watercolor, and my favorites. Some of my favorites would be the famous faces. You see many artists, movie stars, singers, just a lot of famous faces where he portrays them on the canvas. And I think these three are really, they bring you to love art more. Just by the colors, they're mixed differently, and there's some kind of emotion involved. It's not just, like a layout of a face. It's really like a portrait, a colorful portrait. So this is my favorite story about him. I learned about this story about a year ago and kind of had forgot about it until I did some research for this project, and this is what makes me know and be certain that family is everything. So he enjoys water painting. Um, it was inspired to him by his grandmother. The story goes that, well, his grandmother was a painter and she loved water painting, but the older she got, her hands got more shaky, and that did not stop her at all, and that is amazing. Her hands would be shaky and she couldn't paint anymore, so she would stick the paintbrush in her mouth and she would go at it. And I think it's just amazing, and I believe that she is one of his biggest inspirations for water paints. That story just it's very, it touches my heart a lot, because these artists have backgrounds and they have history, and I believe this is one story that he should be known for, and thankfully for his grandmother, that was an amazing inspiration to him. His story does not stop with just becoming famous and getting this money and just being like, oh, famous guy that did the national anthem upside down painting. He is a big patriot. He has raised over $1 million for active military and veterans. This jacket you see here, he paints with, it's upside down right here, but on the other side it's full of paint and it's splattered with different colors, because of course he paints with it and it gets dirty. But the unique thing about it is in these pictures right here. These are actual vets that have signed his jacket, his coat. From the inside, he's so inspired by the vets that this is how he shows his appreciation. So the reason behind his inspiration is not solely because he loves his country. Of course he loves his country. It is that his cousin Benny, which is called the Project Benny, was inspired by a ceremony of his cousin. He is said to say that in this ceremony he understood what the flag represented and what one would do for their country. This is a small quote that he wrote. When I go to veterans events, the thing that hits me is that I can't possibly understand what these veterans have been through. I've never served, but I count it a blessing to be put in the middle of this event. It goes on to say how he feels about them and how he feels about the flag, and it's just a beautiful thing to be so blessed to be in this country, and this is the way he shows his appreciation. So in this photo, guys, I really don't have too much to say. I could just put it in the presentation because it's my favorite photo of him. It shows the kind of character he is. He just, to me, this painting means like his body is art, and his character of the brushes sticking through his beard is very creative in a way, and of course in the background is the I Love Gemma. I am super excited to show you guys this, because like I said in the beginning, I followed him on Facebook since I saw his video on Facebook, and I later followed him on Instagram, and I was really nervous about this presentation, and I wanted to know more about him because he is very reserved about his private life, so I went ahead and asked him, and he responded, and it was just an amazing feeling, and I'm super excited about it. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I wanted to ask him a lot of other questions, but I was blessed to get one reply, so I had to stop there. And in my final slide, I want you guys to enjoy this video. I want you to put it full blast and just hear his amazing voice, and just wait for that bad baby to turn around, and hopefully you will be as inspired as I was. Thank you.
We're so